This is the portfolio rubric guidance for 1OAC6. Fluently add and subtract within 20 using mental strategies. By the end of first grade, know from memory all sums up to 10. To assess this, the teacher is assessing the student's ability to fluently add and subtract within 20 using mental strategies. This has two parts. The student can fluently add and subtract using mental strategies. The student will orally produce their answers. They will not put their thinking on paper. There will be no paper, objects, or drawings for students when assessing this standard. Again, this standard is the student's ability to use their mental strategies. First, the teacher needs to orally ask the students to solve 10 addition problems. When asking students these problems, you could let them see the problems. It's fine to show them a flashcard, but the teacher is orally saying the problem to the child, and the student is mentally solving these problems. There will be 10 addition problems. Of these 10 addition problems, 4 should have a sum of more than 10. The other 6 can have a sum less than 10. Second, the teacher needs to orally ask the student to mentally solve 10 subtraction problems. And you can use the same process. If you want to show them a flashcard and orally ask them the subtraction problem, that is fine. It's just important to make sure students are mentally solving the problem. They are not producing answers by putting their thinking on paper. A subtraction problem consists of 3 numbers: a minuend, a subtrahend, and a difference. The minuend is that first number in a subtraction sentence. We subtract subtrahends from the minuend to get a difference. Of these 10 subtraction problems that you orally ask the students, 4 of them must have a minuend that is more than 10. In the suggested task, we have put a few problems that you could ask. The suggested task only has 4 addition and 4 subtraction. Remember, you are required to submit 10 addition problems and 10 subtraction problems. The addition problems in the suggested task show you an example of some addition problems with sums more than 10 and some that are not. You will have 4 addition problems with a sum more than 10. You will also see some subtraction problems that you could use. These are only 4 examples. You will need to ask the student 10 subtraction problems. Of those 10, remember that 4 should have a minuend of more than 10. We have given you some examples. You can also come up with your own 10 addition and 10 subtraction problems, as long as 4 have a sum of more than 10 for your addition problems, and 4 have a minuend of more than 10 for your subtraction problems. Once the student has mastered both solving 10 addition problems and 10 subtraction problems mentally using their strategies, then you can move to assessing the second grade standard that is aligned to this standard. The second grade standard is 2OAB2. In second grade, the teacher is assessing the student's ability to fluently add and subtract, this time within 30, using their mental strategies. This has 2 parts as well. The student will add and they will subtract fluently using mental strategies. They will orally produce the answers. They will not record their thinking on paper. This is the exact same process that you use to assess the first grade standard. The difference is in second grade, you are going to ask the student 10 addition problems and the sum must be more than 20. You are still going to ask 10 addition problems. You can use the same process. You orally ask the questions, but you could show them the problems. That is fine if they can see them. It's important that students are answering mentally. They are not using paper or objects, putting any thinking on paper. After you do 10 addition problems, then you will ask the student to mentally solve 10 subtraction problems. The subtraction problems must have 4 of those problems with a minuend of more than the number 20. Ask 10 addition problems, 10 subtraction problems. The suggested tasks give you examples of the second grade standard. You will see here that some of the addition problems have a sum of more than 20, and some of the subtraction problems have a minuend of more than 20. Only 4 of those 10 need to have more than 20 in the addition sum, and only 4 of the subtraction problems need to have a minuend of more than 20. You can also come up with your own set of problems. It's important to note when uploading your required method of evidence, whether you're doing the first grade or the second grade, there must be 10 addition problems, 10 subtraction problems, so a total of 20 problems that the student is answering orally using their mental strategies. Because this is an oral assessment, video recordings are required for all standards, both the first grade and the second grade portion. The video recording must be clear to hear the teacher orally asking the problems, and it must be clear to hear the students answering the problems, and also being able to see the student in order to know that they are not putting any thinking on paper or using any objects or drawings, that they are producing their answers using their mental strategies. Once you have your assessment, it is time to score the assessment. If the student is unable to accurately add or subtract within 20 fluently using their mental strategies, that is the score of a level 0. So in those first grade tasks, when you have asked 10 addition and 10 subtraction, they were not able to get any correct. That's 0. When you've asked those addition and subtraction problems within 20, and at least 3 of the addition problems were answered correctly, that is a score of a level 1. Or if at least 3 of the subtraction problems were answered correctly, that is the score of a level 1. Notice the word or. At level 2, the student was able to answer at least 5 of the addition problems or at least 5 of the subtraction problems correctly. That is the score of a level 2. At level 3, notice the word and. Of the 10 addition problems, the student was able to answer at least 5 correctly and at least 5 of the subtraction problems correctly. In order to be correct, they are using their mental strategies and answering aloud. At level 4, you will also see the word and. They should answer at least 8 addition problems and 8 subtraction problems fluently using their mental strategies. Once students have mastered level 4, then you will look at level 5. At level 5, the student can answer all of the 10 addition and all of the 10 subtraction problems that were at the first grade standard correctly. They've gotten all 20 problems correct. That is a level 5. Students that have mastered the first grade standard completely at a level 5, then you can assess them on the second grade standard. Remembering that in second grade, we are adding and subtracting using mental strategies within the number 30. At level 6, of those 10 addition problems, the student was able to accurately answer 5, and among those 10 subtraction problems, the student was able to answer at least 5. If they were able to get at least 5 addition and 5 subtraction problems correctly, that is the score of a level 6. Level 7 is the student accurately adding and subtracting within 30 for at least 8 of the addition problems and 8 of the subtraction problems. Again, this is fluently using their mental strategies.